every night and every day for. You give it all, then you give more. That's good for footy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to That's Good for Footy. Thank you very much. Nice to have you here. We're the only live and interactive footy panel show. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. Here's where you get to see a different side to each and every player. A different side, maybe the side that you never thought you knew. All right, so let's get on with it. What do you reckon? Good stuff. Please welcome to the show, he's our first panellist. He was born on the 16th of July 1991. He's played a total of 171 games and kicked a total of 3 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2010. When he plays for the Richmond Football Club, he wears 3 premiership medals around his neck and the number 2 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Dylan Grimes?
Away from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather,
You're at the adult desk.
see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind.
So,
We'll
brother.
fight and win, for we're
There you
from
go.
Tigerland.
Save it, save it, save it. You got another one. First of all, welcome, Dylan Grimes. How good's that? How are you, mate?
Really good. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you, brother.
It's
Very
good to be
good to see you. We'll get into we've got a lot of things to ask him tonight, so we'll get into all that very soon. Let's get our second panellist out here. He was born on the 31st of October in 1988. He's played a total of 283 games. He's kicked a total of 664 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2007. When he plays for the Richmond Football Club, he wears 3 premiership medals around his neck and the number 8 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Jack Riewoldt?
Away from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind, we'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland.
Let's see, everyone. We're going to go
We
for the
never
yellow and
weep
black.
until the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tiger. Yellow and black, we're from Tigerland.
All right, well done. Thank you, everyone. Awesome. First of all, great to see you both. It's been a fairly strange old year, 2020,
Yeah, we're
hasn't
alive.
it?
We're
Yeah,
alive.
we're alive. Only just.
Some of the boys, we're not sure yet. We haven't had contact with a few of them. Have you heard from Dustin, Dylan?
No, I haven't heard from Dustin. Cads. Have you heard from Caddy?
Caddy. He could be dead.
The big catalogue.
Goes
his
out
heartbeat?
2 times though, so it's not a bad result, eh?
Yeah, interesting. What I wanted to say is I spoke to the boys and I said, oh, listen, feel free to wear whatever you want and come along in your Richmond polo top or anything. And I found from one of the players that he informed me most of his stuff is already at St Vincent de Paul's. So he came along in a Richmond merchandise top tonight, which I think is fantastic.
They're $39.95 at the Richmond shop if you want to head down there. I might even auction this one tonight off me back.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go. There's a scoop for you right there.
Oh, wait there. No, I've got a shirt on underneath. Oh, yeah. Good result.
It's better to be safe than be sure. I
Yeah, so if
understand.
you're after some cheap gear, head down to the Hampton Vinnies. Actually, it's a Red Cross, I think, actually, on Hampton Street. That's where I chuck most of my stuff in there. It's a bit of training gear. Didn't wash it, but chucked it straight in there, so might need to wash if you get hold of it.
A few skid marks on the white shorts.
Run back with a flight every day of the week, mate. Unlucky you coward backs. Knocked out in the granny. What a weak bastard.
Yeah.
Played with 6, you played with 7. Who won the flag? The backs did.
Nice that you got it in straight off
You
the
saved
cuff.
us half time, I can tell you that. Then we kicked in, didn't we? Yeah, big time. Third quarter, premiership quarter. So
That's what they say.
that's when me and Lynchy turned up.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, guys, in 2020, things have changed for better, for or worse. Moods, perceptions, attitudes. The first segment that I want to get into is basically about delving into those. It's in a segment that's called What I Like About You. So what I wanted to ask you boys, I want to go through some stuff because 2020 has been a rather enlightening period of time where maybe you get...
Can I have one of those steins of beer? Can we organise that? Is that all right?
A stein of beer?
No, can I get a fresh one? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Can someone grab me one of them?
Two, actually. We'll
Actually,
have
get
two of
two.
them.
Grimes will have one as well.
Two
Thank you.
stones.
Sorry.
Off to a flying
It's off
start.
season.
I just looked over and I was like, geez, I'll have one of them.
So I told you it's a different year.
one for the shirt.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, he's going to
Starting off
get
with
it
one
for
beer.
free.
You got one
Bid
beer here.
450.
You got two beers. Two beers. Anyone two?
Yes, please.
Yeah. No, I don't need one. Thanks all the same. But what I wanted to do, because it has been a different year, I want to ask you questions individually, right? I want to know what drives you as a football person. What drives you? What's driven you this year to get you across the line from 2020?
I think legally we have to say Jeep drives us, don't we? Is that a...
If you leave early tonight, you'll see the most obnoxious park out there. That's mine. Got here and I just parked straight in the middle of the car park. Oh, what drives me? It's a number of things, I think. End of 2019 in that grand final, I think the fact that there'd been a lot of guys that hadn't experienced it, success, that probably drove me a little bit for team success, for them to achieve what we did in 2017. Just also having fun as well. Yeah. It's probably the one thing that kept us together. It was probably the glue over the whole year. Really, just having fun.
Dylan, what about you? What drives you, mate?
Sorry, sir.
No, you're right. Come through. Jesus.
It's going to be a good night.
Ich liebe dich. Thank you.
Wow. This is going to be an interesting show. Strap yourselves in.
Cheers. Cheers.
Wow. Cheers, everyone. Look at that. This is going to be fantastic. What drives you, Dylan? What did you look for inspiration to get through 2020? You
Well,
know?
I think, without doubt, it was the mates. I wasn't going to go to the hub for any more than 2 weeks. In fact, I wasn't going to go at all. And then we were copping a heap of media heat because you weren't going to go and Koch wasn't going to go. Then Basher was out, Shedder was out. And I was like, oh, well, stuff that. I better go for a little bit and then come back because I'm, just miss home too much, miss the wife too much. And then, you get there and it's just like, Jack set up this thing, wine club. And it was basically just a bottle of wine every night for the first, how many nights? It was a lot.
105. Just got off at the last 3 nights for the granny.
And then that kind of got me through, to be honest. Every day, being around the guys' energy, that just kind of dragged it through. The only thing I can really compare it to would be like school camp.
Yeah, right.
Where you're around all your mates full time, living with them. We weren't cooking, cleaning, doing washing. We were barely showering.
That's what the pool was for.
Yeah. Yeah, the pool had changed colour a couple of times.
Okay.
We're worried about that. But it was just, honestly, it was just the mates. And then, the further the season got, the more you're kind of like, we might be able to actually win the flag this year. Yeah. And then, we just kept going and it just happened.
I wanted to ask you, what are you passionate about? Apart, we know you're football, but what are the things that you're really passionate about?
I've got nearly 2 kids, so
yes, congratulations.
One of them takes up a lot of my time at the moment. I can't imagine what 2 is going to be like, but funnily enough, I actually left my wife at home for the first 12 weeks, and my daughter Poppy, and it's really tough actually, but got a passion for building, so I'd started a home renovation, and Carly was wrapped when I left the hub halfway through a home renovation. She finished that, so I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate. I'm actually right into my cycling at the moment. Okay. So I've been riding up and down Beach Road, setting some speed times there. Okay. Rode 117 k's the other day. Did 20 laps of Albert Park. Don't ask me why, but my cousin decided that'd be a good idea, so I've been riding with a few guys down there, and I've really enjoyed just being away from the club at the moment, actually.
Yeah, good. Well, that's nice.
Back Jan 6.
Yeah.
Me, my wife, I left her as well in Macedon, Mount Macedon, and she was running the farm there while I was gone. So, for anyone who doesn't know, we've got a small winery there, and we're heading right into lambing season.
How would they not know that you've got a winery? Because every chance you get, you plug it.
You're just being polite, weren't you?
Can you disconnect his mic for a bit while I'm trying to talk?
Who here doesn't know that Grimes has got a winery?
As I was saying, we've got a winery. So I left her there, and lambing is just starting right as I was leaving, and she's there with about 25 potty lambs at one point and just pulling lambs that she'd never done before. And
Wow.
that was an ask. But we just kind of get through. You got through with each other, and the times that I was really struggling, I'd lean on Jack and others, and same with him when he was struggling, and it kind of made us closer. I think it was almost like the best thing for our group, really.
For the club.
One passion that we did develop up in the Gold Coast, we all became pyromaniacs because we were like. There was a lot made of AFL players requesting outlandish things in hubs like dogs and other things and whatnot.
That was Camden.
Camden also requested pit bikes.
His welder. He wanted to bring his welder.
He wanted to bring his welder up to the...
He wanted to buy a van to renovate it into a motorhome and then drive it back to Melbourne.
Yep.
Jesus.
So we actually requested a fire pit. So
nice and simple, caveman.
Pretty simple, sort of little fire pit, and we had a sort of little sort of seating arrangement around it. And most nights the fire would get lit, and blokes would sit around there and either have a few beers or just a few lemonades and whatnot, and just talk really, and play a few tunes. And it sort of became a bit of a mecca for everyone really, because most of the stories you tell and some of the greatest stories you'll ever tell amongst football players and I suppose work colleagues is over a few drinks and just around an environment where it's sort of pretty open and honest. And we did that a fair bit. So it became our mecca really, and we all just looked into the fire and then looked into each other's eyes. And
Kumbaya.
Chris Isaac came on. Got a good run.
Blue Hotel.
So it was that was a passion that we all developed while we were up there.
It's fabulous because obviously what these shows are about is to get a little bit of insight. But do you reckon it obviously made you all bond a lot stronger, made the group become more united, more so than you had even though you'd won in 2017 and 19? What was that feeling like then?
Yeah, it was. I think it brought the best clubs that were closest culturally. It brought you closer, and I think the clubs that struggled the most are the ones that probably had the most challenging culture.
Yeah, all the shit clubs.
Yeah.
North.
Who else?
North.
Who else?
Who else struggled up there?
It's all right. We don't have to name names.
Melbourne.
We don't name names. Yeah, all right.
And I just think when you're sort of forced into a foreign environment with no other support networks, you got no one else there but your teammates, it just forces you to turn inwards. And I think it's part of me is actually going to be a bit flat if we don't hub next year because it was that much fun. But if people ask me what was the best premiership, I say 2020 and then there's daylight after that. Yeah. And then if they say what was the hardest year, I'll be 2020. What was the funnest year? 2020. It was
ticks all those boxes.
Yeah, it was.
Which year did you get the least pay in? 2020.
2020. Actually,
wow.
We should probably tell that how so me and Jack, there was an issue with pay structure, so they had to move our pay earlier on the year. Yeah. So we get to the hub, find out the pay cuts, and we're sitting on wine night, and we did the calculation. We're I'm getting paid $236 a month to play footy up here.
Yeah. I actually was from the last 6 months of the season got paid $2,000, and then I got fined 3 times for wrestling. Whacked James Sicily,
worth it.
$6,000 worth of fine, so negative 4,000. Yeah. Can't claim it as a capital loss though, unfortunately, which is disappointing. But it was a few different challenges thrown at us, but like Grimesy said, because we're so tight knit.
Yeah.
I reckon it shone through and we became tighter from it.
Yeah. I'll ask these questions. Give me just one word answers. We'll get through these nice and quick. What are the things you care deeply about?
Premierships.
Good. All right.
Just having fun.
Love that. Yeah.
Just having fun.
Having fun.
Yeah, having fun and seeing the younger players grow.
Sorry, because I wanted these to be one-word answers. Now I've gone against it. You say fun in relation to that. Have you changed your attitudes over the years to how you used to say it, or have you developed more in that respect?
He was a real wanker the first part of his career.
Yeah, got me. Well done. No, I probably just redefined what success is.
Yeah.
And off the back of that, we actually had some real success. So that's probably it, really. It's just seeing things through a different vision and through a different prism. And It's I suppose in hindsight, it's easy to say when you've won 3 premierships, but it really does come down to just redefining what success is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So, again, I'll just say very quickly to you, what are the things you care deeply about, Dylan?
Relationships.
Yeah.
So, like, teammates,
Okay.
wife, family. And then, like, success, whether it's, in footy, in life, in
Yeah.
business, in
All those things.
in those relationships.
I'm
as
with you.
well.
What sort of things get you excited?
Coffee.
Coffee?
I had this coffee gel shot halfway through a ride today. Jeez, it got me excited. I was struggling, got down to Morty Alec and turned the corner. Had one of them, bang, straight to the front again. No, coffee gets me very excited. I
Yeah.
love coffee.
All right, good.
And beer, Steins and beer. How
Yeah,
good.
Steins of beer. Lucky. You're in the right spot for that.
Yeah.
What gets you emotional? What makes you emotional?
Storytelling.
Yeah?
Other people crying.
Other people crying. All right. What inspires you?
Dimmer?
The
Dimmer
captain.
inspired, yeah.
The captain.
Dimmer
The
and
captain?
Koch.
And number 4 as well.
Oh, that's great. Good answer. I like it. All right. Is there anything about you that you would change about yourself now that you've been through 2020? What have you had a look at and just,
Definitely prefer more tan skin. I got crisped up there. Like I could never get traded to Gold Coast, Brisbane, Freo, Perth.
Wow.
Any of those hot places, I'm like...
Hobart.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Hobart, yeah. Okay, what about you?
I've got a... just let me think. No, I'm pretty happy with... Yeah.
Leave it as it
If
is.
anything, maybe longer fingers.
Okay.
Better for marking.
What, if anything, ticks you off?
Forward's not kicking straight.
Yes, nice.
2 minutes 30 to go.
Good
Just kick
retort.
the sealer.
The game was done and dusted, mate.
No, it wasn't, mate. They still could have won it. Still could have won it.
Forwards
Still.
couldn't get the job done. Had to send Dustin down
Don't
there.
forget the Gold Coast game up in, where was that? Cairns, where we lost it from the unlosable position. I needed to kick that one, so straight through the middle. What annoys me the most...
Modesty, you love this, don't you?
What annoys me the most? People who drive in the right-hand lane on the highway and don't do the speed limit.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of like cyclists, you reckon? Like when they hog the...
Yeah!
Yep, cyclists that ride against the road rules, can't have them. I ride past the cars, I'm going that fast, so grinding. Get out of the way.
What will you never take for granted again, boys?
Your own bed.
A full MCG.
Oh!
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes! Love it. Great answers. What's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself?
I can play off a hangover. Not from the night before. And I can play off 4-day breaks as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Same? All right. Best career highlight? I ask you that because you've got 3 flags, 3 premiership medals. Best career highlight?
Like personal highlight or...
Actually, yeah, we can go with that.
Of
Why
course,
not?
yours would be personal. You're a forward.
I was going to say...
yeah.
Well, favourite moment, Dustin kicking it to Marlon, 2019 grand final for Marlon kick his first goal.
Oh, yeah.
Koch's goal, 2019 as well.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Personal highlights, winning the last game, aside from grand finals and finals, winning against Sydney in round 23 and Chris Newman's 250th to make finals.
9 games straight.
9 games straight, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay, Dylan?
Probably Koch's goal, Dustin's shrug of danger into snap from the boundary.
Oh, yeah.
That was up there. That was a sealer.
Danger.
Yeah, that was magic. That was
Not
magic.
today, danger. Better like next year, mate.
Shorty ragdolled him a couple of times too.
Yeah.
Put these things in order first to last. Money, family, friends.
Family first.
Yep.
Friends second, money last.
Yeah, same order.
Same? All right.
Yeah.
Holiday, house, possessions.
House. I'm a bit of a home person, so I'm going to go possessions holiday.
Okay.
House, definitely. And costs that much, so I've got no possessions and I can't go on a holiday. So,
Trapped.
holiday to Tassie, though. It'd be second and then possessions
Holiday.
third.
Yeah,
Prison.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, head off to New Zealand for the bubble. Last one, footy, fame, fortune.
What was that last one?
Footy, fame, fortune.
Footy.
In order.
Fortune, fame.
Footy, fame, fortune. Sorry, fame, footy, fortune, sorry.
Best experience ever. Best experience ever.
Went to San Francisco, and for any golfers out there, played the number 2 golf course in the world, Cypress Point. Flew private down there. Got organised for me through a friend. Sat courtside at the Warriors that night, and then got up the next day and played San Francisco Golf Club, which is number 8 in the world as well. So, yeah, had a pretty decent 48 hours, and Carly was wrapped when I got home. Which is like fun though.
Same kind of emotion as going away to a hub?
Yeah, right up there.
Yeah, right up there. Good. Best ever experience, Dylan?
Probably getting married, to be honest. I don't really play golf.
At least she's not watching, mate. It's okay.
I'm not a lycra wanker like him. I'm not a golfer. So not much else left after footy.
And a hard one. I know I've asked it in a similar vein, but what's your most memorable moment?
From the hub?
Yeah.
I'll say memorable. Probably not a positive, but sitting in the hallway after the boys had come home from the kebab, not knowing what had happened, and we're in lockdown again, thinking, shit, what's going on here? Yeah. That was pretty memorable.
Okay, there we go. Won't touch that. We'll move right along, yeah.
I was going to say the next day after that, we had a meeting with coaches, and we were just like rock bottom. It was leading into...
Flabbergasted.
But it was the last of a few straws. The camel's back was well and truly broken at that point. And then, we're sitting looking at each other, and everyone had tears in their eyes trying to figure out how we're going to come out of this. We had Geelong to get ready for in a couple of days, and then we thought, you know what, fuck it. Our backstrap's against the wall. Let's just come out swinging, and that's what we did.
Bloody hell.
Earmuffs at the front here. He just swore.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. She goes, I didn't even hear it. What did he say? Quick, what did he say? Dad,
it's funny because it's like that story has never seen the light of day. That we all sat round and grown men were crying about 2 blokes going out and grabbing a kebab and really just screwing it up for everyone else.
Saying, why didn't they invite me?
How the hell did we win it? We could not have taken any more steps wrong over the whole journey, and we still won it. Hey, you beauty.
Were you hearing a lot of what was going on down here about what the press was saying down here?
No, we don't read the news.
Yeah, good. Probably was. Yeah.
Jack reads the news.
Yeah,
right.
And then I'd relate to the guy saying, hey, listen to this.
Tom Brown's your source, your favourite man.
Tom Brown.
Yeah, we won't go there either. Hey, the last one for that little segment, what's your most treasured possession?
What's my most treasured possession? Premiership medals and premiership jumpers, but aside from that, probably got 3 of these. No, I don't even know how many Coleman's are, to be honest. But got 3 WEG posters that are foil, sort of gold foil from 2017. I thought I'll never get a chance to go back and do this again, so I grabbed 3 of them. And I thought I'll grab one for hopefully every kid that I have. So they're probably my 3 most prized possessions. Wow. There you go.
Beautiful, thank you.
Mine are these 3 things.
Can you all see that?
They're fake.
Yeah. Have a look at that.
Fake.
Chew into them, there's chocolate in the middle. Absolutely beautiful. Boys,
what time
thank
does
you
the
very
auction
much.
start? Where do we start the bidding? 2017? No, 2019 is the easy one. Where's that?
No, well done. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our little segment called What I Like About You. Please put your hands together for the boys. Thanks, guys. Wow. I spoke to you boys in the green room. I said this is probably a little bit of a retrospect show, because there's so many things to discuss. And I don't want to delve too much into it, but I do want to go back and just talk about the year that was. This year, as I've already alluded to, and we'd have to be dead not to understand it, was a pretty difficult one. I want to go back to early March. The date was March 13th, and the Melbourne Grand Prix had just been cancelled. There were rumours swirling around that the AFL season could be going the same way. What are your initial thoughts when you think this and you hear about a virus called Corona? And it's just hit Melbourne.
I was devastated because I was supposed to go to Saturday at the Grand Prix. A massive motorsport fan, and V8 supercars were rolling around that weekend too. So devastated for that. But I don't think I took it seriously, to be honest. It was still a little bit just like, well, this will blow over sort of thing, and still waiting for it to blow over. So I probably didn't take it seriously.
What about you, Dylan?
Yeah, I was like, I remember a mate of mine who's in hospitality, he was like, mate, I'm really worried about this. And I was like, mate, NBA's still going, NFL's still going, what are you worried about? And then next day, NBA's cancelled. NFL or NHL was straight after that.
Came in quick succession.
And then, it was like, I was the same as Jack. Before that, I was sort of like, this coronavirus thing, I don't think it's a really a big deal. And I don't even know if it existed until then. And then, next thing we know, we're split into groups of 8, have to hand sanitise every 2 seconds and can't see each other.
Yeah. And that's what I was about to go here. Apart from the obvious...
I've seriously had my brain prodded that far back in my head from COVID tests. Just...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you were going through, 3 tests a day?
Raised the bat. Probably made more than Joe Burns, I can tell you that. 50 I reckon we had.
Oh, Jesus.
Had a fair few.
So apart from the obvious things we were all experiencing, we were going through curfews and lockdowns here, not at that stage, but at the same time for you guys being in an AFL footy club, you're being told you need to come into the club, you need to come and grab some weights and go into a period of self-isolation. You can't train as a team, you'll have to undertake your own fitness and training, albeit with guidance and structures yet to be implemented by the club. Now what are you thinking?
Geez. Yeah, to be honest, it feels like ages ago.
Yeah.
So I trained with my cousin who sort of lived close to me because you're allowed to train with one person. So just trained with him and got really fit. I don't know how. Got really fit and was really enjoying it. I worked for 8 weeks as well.
Okay.
As I said, we're renovating, so the company that was building our renovation employed me. Yep. So I worked for them. I'm a qualified carpenter.
Qualified.
Yeah, qualified. Got the papers, and that's all that matters. Still can't find that left-handed screwdriver, though. So I was thinking, just get up and go to work, basically. This is normal life.
We're all trying to cope with it, and it's difficult when you reflect on it, and you can do it from hindsight, but it was a difficult time. 6 days later, March 19, round 1 kicks in to an eerily silent MCG. Carlton v Richmond. I know I spoke with you, Dylan, at what seems like an eternity ago. But now with hindsight, what was that like, walking out onto the MCG, playing in front of nobody? Looking back at that.
Didn't feel like premiership season, game. It felt like NAB Cup or training, even like one of the pre-season runs that we have. It was pretty...
Playing at GWS.
That's what it felt like. Did you all get that? Felt like playing GWS. Wow.
It was good.
Up there.
It was good because I could yell out at Jack when he didn't kick straight or fucking wouldn't defend or press up the ground.
3 straight that night, so come on.
No, around the ground. How'd you hit him?
But just for the benefit of hindsight, and also tell us what it was like, because I know, Dylan, you did say, and I know I've heard lots of other players, you could hear each other out on the ground, like calling the shots and calling the run of the play from one end of the ground to the other. You could communicate.
There was one time I remember I was playing on, I can't remember his name. Anyway, I was playing on a Carlton forward, and
touche. That wasn't even meant to be funny, and it was.
Yeah, sticks Kennett. No, and we were playing on each other, and I was like, "Can you hear that?" And you could actually hear the commentators, which are up on level 3, on the wing. I could hear them at fullback, like calling the game. In the middle of the game. So that's how quiet it was. So you could just.
It was like a bit fun early on, but at the end of the game, it was just like, just get this over and done with.
If we have to do this again and again, it would suck. But it was like you had to retrain your brain as well, because umpire would make a shitty call, and you'd be like, "Oh, you," and say stuff, and he'd hear it. Like his head would snap back. Oh,
start pointing at you. It was him.
Yeah.
That's nice. You were then told the news, boys, you were going into a hub in Queensland and you could be away for a while. You'll have to remain within the facilities. You are not to leave. You're not to get a kebab. You are not to have any contact with the outside world, not go directly anyway. You'll be away from all your family and friends. You will now be basically going into quarantine. Now what are you thinking?
Well, there's more to that, because they said to us, the AFL said to us, they were coming around doing heaps of meetings and don't worry, you'll have 7 days notice before going to the hub. So you'll have time to sort out your life. You make a decision if you partner and whatever kids want to come.
You'll be going for 5 weeks. It'll be maximum 35 days.
Yeah. And it's a resort. You'll be living it up. It'll be fine. So we played on the Saturday night, and then we were leaving Sunday afternoon, like the next day, like within less than 18 hours or something like that. And we were off. So we had we played the game, get home at 1 a.m, and you've got from 1 a.m. to like 2 p.m. to get to the airport. So yeah.
It's pretty easy to do to get to the airport.
Not when you live in Mount Macedon, mate. I've got to hike down the corner.
At least you made you walk after you told you were
Lee,
leaving.
saddle the horses, we're going.
Where's the cart?
I like it. End of June, early July, crowds start coming back into the grounds. What was it like hearing that news?
It was pretty good up there. We got a pretty strong supporter base up in, basically everywhere. But up in Queensland, we've got some the Southeast Queensland supporters group. They're pretty strong and vocal, and but early on there was we had a couple of good crowds, but then we had a couple of games where there was maybe 3,000 people there, and you think that I reckon they started to get a bit like, oh well, we've got the footy up here now. No, I don't really want to go, sort of thing, and people down here would have killed to go to the footy, so took it for granted a little bit. Bloody Queenslanders.
Queenslander.
No, Queensland. So.
But what was it like knowing that it is June, July, and now people are going to start coming back to the football? Was there a sense of finally this is going to be good, just to hear the crowd again? Was there some of that?
It was good. It was good. I did our first game. Did we have crowd back?
Up there?
Yeah, up there. I think against Sydney. We just pissed down with the rain and no one turned up.
Yeah, maybe.
That was a shocking game of footy. Funny story out of that game. That was when Dimmer gave Horse a bit of a clip for playing 9 backs or something like that. Then came out of the press and goes, I've got to bloody ring him now and say sorry, don't I?
It is. Season starts come back slowly but surely. Dimmer has got his head where it needs to be. Focus, says Brendan. You then win 13 of your next 15, giving you guys the double chance to play in the finals. The rest of us, they say, is history. What's running through your heads during this period? You've just done 15 games, you've won 13 of them. You're looking like, well, you are. You're going to play double chance in the finals.
Wide range of emotions, and to be honest, you couldn't dwell too much on results because we sort of played games pretty quickly. We had a period there where I think we played 4 games in about 13 days or something, where it was just bang, travel, come back, go. And we didn't train much either, that was the other thing. So we sort of did a bit of, like we say, mental training, but very light physical training, and sort of just getting the legs going and getting back out onto the park to play again. So it really just morphed into one just massive footy festival, as I suppose they coined it down here. So we were just a part of that, really, and we came out the other side and we were going pretty well. So it was. I reckon we started building a bit of momentum, sort of with about 4 rounds to go. We were playing pretty good footy.
Sorry, Dylan, but where do you reckon the sense of belief came in that the group's really gelling? I know you spoke about sitting around campfire, staring at the flames. Was there somewhere in that period that we just went, mate, we're a bloody big chance here?
Well, I felt like the games that we'd lost, Brisbane and Port, I was like, we played Port on a 4-day break. We stayed in a homeless shelter, by the way. We'll tell that story later. And then Brisbane, I was like, we're at the Gabba. We didn't really know how to play the Gabba that well, and we kind of played pretty shit. Or you played shit, and that cost us.
First goal of the game.
And then what happened?
Unsided.
So it was like, I felt like whoever we faced in the finals, I felt confident, but feeling and actually doing was different.
I think you should tell the Port story, because that's
so
we did take a lot of confidence from that.
So we played. Who did we play before Port?
Don't know.
Remember?
Freo, maybe.
I can find out. Someone got
Someone.
footy
Anyway,
up.
so we played. Let's just say it was Freo. Played Freo, and then 4 days later we're flying interstate to play Adelaide.
Port Adelaide.
And so we were like, all right, well that's a bit shit. But we were flying down there with North. No, with North? Yeah, with North. And we got that. We had to play on the Friday night, but we couldn't fly home till the Sunday because we had to fly back with Melbourne. So it was a bit of a cluster F. And anyway, so we go down there, and like all the normal hotels are taken. I normally stay at the Playford.
So hang on, you've skipped a few steps here. So we were staying in the Gold Coast. We had to catch the bus to Brisbane to fly out of the private airport. North rocked up 45 minutes late to a private plane. So we're already 45 minutes late. We're flying on the same day that we're playing. So we've got a 3:40 game.
I remember that, yeah.
I blocked that part out.
Yeah. So you're mentally stronger than me. Trent played the week before and then didn't play that game.
That's right. So then we play the game. We lose by like only a couple of goals.
We were up at three-quarter time.
And I was like, 4-day break. We're staying at the homeless shelter. Wow. Play the day we travel interstate. Like,
Got blind that night after the game.
Yes, we did actually.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Playing beer pong.
That was post-game, not pre-game.
Post-game, sorry, post-game.
Yeah. Jesus, mate. I really saved you there.
Thanks.
And then, so I was confident that next time we play him, we'll be fine. But it was like, we're sitting pretty because we've just been done for the BrokerrocheR thing. There was something else that they were all over us. And then I was like, the AFL are going to cop it for this.
Yeah.
Sit back and wait, watch the media roll in, Richmond staying at a homeless shelter, and then like nothing. Crickets. I'm still waiting, so if anyone can go to Herald's Under tomorrow, that'd be great.
We actually learned a thing about playing Adelaide Oval that night as well. We decided to play it a little bit differently in the final, and it sort of suited the way we played a little bit. So I reckon we were lucky to play Port over there.
100%.
And learnt a really good lesson. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you want to tell them about like what we actually did? Because like the ground's narrower.
Was there any moles in the room?
Yeah.
No, so we decided to kick the ball a bit more central. So it's very narrow ground.
Very long.
And we like having pace on the ball. You know, we're pretty quick, especially in the forward line. Bar one or two blokes. So we want to get pace on the outside. So we decided to kick the ball a bit more central so that if they did spoil it, and you spoil it to the boundary, it gave us a bit more space to work in there. So that was one tactic we used, and it actually worked pretty well for us. Yeah, we got a couple of goals from it in the final. So
and also just help backs the backs because like we'd picture like we switched the ball, and because the ground's so narrow. Like they were always like we'd switch the ball and normally there'd be like so much space for our like blokes on the fat side of the game. And we just like send it out to Basher and Shorty and the guys who are gonna really run with it, wingers. And like you'd look up and they'd be manned up and you'd be like, oh shit.
Shoot yourself in the foot.
I'm not the most creative offensive player you've ever seen, so I was like, okay, I'll just kick along down the line, and then that really hurt us. So second time we played there, we learnt so much.
That is amazing. How's that for insight, guys? That's brilliant. Thank you, boys, for sharing. That's brilliant. I love it. I wanted to just talk about the grand final afterwards. So I heard Kochi say the celebration was like winning at local or junior club level. Did it feel like that for you guys?
Kochi was stone cold sober. He would have
maybe
a clue
at junior level, drinking lemonades.
Yeah, right. It was if you were Kochi and you had your wife and 3 kids with you. Yeah, okay. But so what was the celebration like then? Give us your take on it.
Oh, it was a bit bizarre, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of videos of DJing and...
It was more like, hang on
Fisher.
a second, actually. The fish was amazing.
Fisher.
Yeah, that was a highlight.
Yeah,
but one of very few highlights. It was more It was more like, up there, it's more like daytime drinking culture. So we were like, yes, we just want a flag. Let's go party. And you get to a pub and it'd be like, just nice and quiet. Everyone's like having a Parma.
Went down to get a kebab from that joint. Shut. Bloke was giving out free kebabs and he was shut.
He was shut
at 2 a.m. One of my funnest memories is
getting that kebab. Is that what you were going to say?
No, when all of us got kebabs on the last night, we all got kebabs from this random joint, and there was literally 30 of us in the middle of Cavill Avenue.
And like this wasn't organised. We just all kind of congregated.
We all just congregated and just morphed into this one mob, and nothing was open. So we're sitting in the curb of Cavill Avenue, probably the dirtiest street in Australia. Yeah. Just sitting there. No one's drinking at this stage because they've shut every shop up, and we're just sitting there eating kebabs, chips, whatever we could get our hands on, just talking absolute crap for an hour before blokes decided to jump in Ubers and went home. It was just,
seagulls. Remember that?
Yeah, there was just seagulls left, right, and centre. Guys were chasing seagulls and.
There's blokes that are feeding the seagulls, and there was also guys with bird phobias. So like after that, it was like, this is going to be good.
So it was harmless fun. It was very, very funny. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Wow. Let's talk about the grand final. It was a frantic start to the granny. You had in the same incident, Nick Vlosten goes down along with Gary Ablett Jr. Both are helped off the ground and taken down into the rooms. Plus Basher, as we now know, had torn his calf. What was the group when you had to congregate together after the boys had gone off? What are you all talking about? What are you collectively getting it back together again and saying?
Well, yeah, it was kind of lucky,
focused.
I think, that Tigger and Gary kind of went down the exact same, or just about the exact same time, because it wasn't really like, if you lose a player that early in the game, that's a big deal. Like that impacts your percentages of winning quite a bit. So yeah, I was fully aware of that, and Tigger's like one of my most valuable structural players.
For sure.
So then, when that happened, I was like, we lost Tigger, but they lost Gary. So I'm like, sort of like lessens the blow a little bit.
Tigger's a better player than Gary Ablett. I can tell you that right now. He's hanging on by a thread, Gary Ablett. Vosson should be a 5-time All-Australian player. I was thinking, shit, there goes our best back. I might have to go down back and steady the ship.
Steady the ship. Jesus.
Steady the ship down back.
You've got to have one redhead in the back line.
That's the best comment of the night. I love it.
We're probably lucky that it was a back that went down, because if it was a ruck, we would have been absolutely screwed. And key forward might have been okay, but like a back, because we decided to play Noah and Dave, we were able to sort of actually manoeuvre it around okay. I think Bolter will probably end up being a ruck, so he sort of got thrust into playing a role that, it's not too hard to play ruck, let's be honest. I can run and jump at it.
Well, you were a ruck on grand final day, weren't you?
I had to go on the ruck too. Centre bounce attended. So
how did you actually go? Did you get a snowball?
No, I didn't get the hit out, but I mean I do join the illustrious club of Richmond Premiership ruckman.
You and Sean.
Nank, Grigger. Jim Jess playing the ruck? Is he playing the ruck?
Ghost?
No. Maybe, and me.
Yeah,
So
right.
me and Soldo, we've joined that ruck committee now. We're going to have an annual lunch about catching up about hit-outs, and that's pretty much about it. Hit-outs.
That's all it'll be. Be like KB meeting with his 400 club in the telephone box. I just wanted to ask, you did allude to him off the top, how's Dusty Velcro, everything sticks but tackles Martin been? Now with his third Norman Smith medal, I know he probably say it's a team thing, but give us a bit of insight as to how he's been during and after. I mean, you look at it, he is an absolute champion. 3 Norman Smith medals. I mean, it's just unsurpassed, really. No one's done that. What's he been like?
Well, I don't know after.
No one knows about after.
No one knows about after.
No one knows after.
I think there's a bit too much build-up for mine. Actually, how the hell did Basher not win it in 2017? I just think everyone got caught in the fairy tale of Dusty and won the Brownlow and all that sort of stuff. But, to be honest, you probably turned the game for us. That goal just before that minute 48 to go, I don't even know how I know that. I've watched the game a few times. In that second quarter, and just gave us a little bit of that nudge, because they were pushing and probably should have been a little bit further up. And then that goal just brought it back to a margin where it's not, we might need to change a few things and dramatically change a few things, but we can actually sort of, hey, let's just steadfast and see how we're going to go for the first 10 minutes of the third quarter before we might have to do something drastic. And obviously we started well in the third quarter. With a big crucial goal. Who kicked that one? I don't know. Been getting held all night. Finally got a free. But he just. Jeez, he's a good player, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
He munged a couple and they went through.
Yeah.
He just does that.
Yeah. That's what good players do. I've been super impressed with someone who's only been in the system for just under 2 years. A real little nugget for you has been Liam Baker, with his little legs pumping. He was bloody brilliant.
Yeah, Bakes is a legend. I think he's like the cultural kind of like, I don't know, what do you call him? Like the monolith, the kind of like...
Oh, he's our bogan. That's what he is.
He's our bogan, yeah.
He's your official bogan at the club.
Dead set bogan.
Yeah.
But, geez, he's a good kid. Like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, there's so much... You guys are going to love watching him for the next, 10 plus years, because he's going to be there for that long. And he's he's going to play some phenomenal footy. He'll probably have an off-field stuff up at some point.
Yep, guaranteed.
Headlines somewhere.
But geez, he cares about the boys, cares about the club, only wants success.
He is
like,
tough.
And
Jeez,
clean,
he's tough.
and just like dedicated to the role. Like he's the perfect combination. He's too good to be a backman. Like
Yeah,
he should be.
agreed.
He should be like. I want to see him on the wing maybe, or like.
He played a game on the wing. We had a massive win against Port in 2019 when we had a heap of injuries. He
that's
played in
right.
the wing. It was phenomenal there.
That was the one where, yeah.
Yeah, Lynchy kicked 6
Lynchy,
that
yeah.
night, and
Yeah.
we played all right. But you're right. There's guys that come into the system and they think, like, so Bakes is he's a bit stumpy, so he's sort of short, and his arms and legs are like disproportionate to his height. Probably looks a bit sort of bulky when he should be a little bit maybe a tiny bit thinner for what he is. But he's just got this absolute football chip that you go and look at a guy like a Sam Mitchell and you think, oh, he's athletically he doesn't look that great, but he just knows how to play footy. Bakes has got that in spades.
He's like harder than Sam Mitchell.
Yeah.
Doesn't have maybe the
Sam
polish.
Mitchell's a bit of a... I'm just a bit... He's a bit of a knob. Bakes isn't.
Yeah, I can't wait to have him up here. He'd be laughing at
We'll
that.
get him on the show next year. It'll be great. We'll get you people along and get you.
That'll be the off-field incident. There you go.
Yeah. We'll get him on before
We've
the
had
off-field
5
incident.
of these by now and go, righty, I'm off. See you later.
Also, just a huge congratulations to Jaden Short on winning the Jack Dyer medal this year with 53 votes. Please, yeah. His speech was quite heartfelt after losing his dad earlier in the year. He was obviously a very deserving winner. Give us some thoughts on Jaden.
Yeah, Shorty's just like, you're saying, I think you asked a question before, like, what makes you, what inspires you? Yeah. Shorty's one of those players that inspires me.
Yeah, good.
Just a great bloke, connector. He's like one of the funniest bastards you'll ever meet. Like his humour is very much like pump himself up, like false arrogance.
Yeah.
And
Self-deprecating.
seeing him peacock around the club is just like highlight of my week.
Extremely vain, Jaden Short.
Spends more time in front of the
Extremely
mirror
vain.
than anyone, and shamelessly, like he'll be doing weights, like lifting, turn to the mirror.
Danny put his shirt up and you're like, oh, yeah.
He's doing the fringe. Yeah, he's a shocker. But no,
That's great.
Absolutely love him. Couldn't be more proud of him for winning the Jack Dyer.
It's the one. I think it's the one thing that, like, we got a lot of older guys that are probably in leadership positions that, let's say, in 5 years' time may not be at the club, or there's a few that might be coming right to the end. But the thing that I look at and know that when I leave, and the club will be in fantastic hands because of guys like Bakes, Shorty, Jack Graham, Kane Lambert. They're sort of this little nucleus that are coming through that you just think, oh, these guys are just going to be phenomenal leaders of a football club, and just, yeah, well, hopefully we can just continue to have the talent come through them, because the club will continue to go in the right direction under those blokes.
Jesus, there you go, Richmond fans.
Yeah.
Love it. Hey, tell us what it was like winning the 2020 Premiership and what it means to you in a year that has been stranger than fiction. Does it mean more, the same, or no different?
Way more for me. Yeah, like I just felt like it was the hardest possible scenario and like most pure test of like a club's grit.
Yeah.
And yeah, we came out on top in a scenario when we probably shouldn't have. Like when you consider the injuries early, like off-field mistakes, challenges like left, right, and centre. Yeah, to do it the hardest possible way. I was rapt that it wasn't Port or Brisbane in the final because they'd slept in their own beds the whole year, and like I felt like it was, if I was going to lose to anyone, I wanted it to be Geelong.
Yep.
So yeah, to do it the way that we did against Geelong, and yeah, bring the cup back to a back-to-back is pretty special.
Beautiful. I know I asked the question earlier, but that was poignant because I wanted to bring it back up and just get your thoughts on it now. What emotion best describes the curtain coming down on season 2020?
I think there's a little bit of area of sadness, actually. Like leaving the hub was because this place has been our home for 4.5 months, and then all of a sudden, within 3 days, it was packed up and we were shipped out. And whilst I was glad to get out of there and go. I mean, I was lucky to go to Tassie for a bit, but it was a bit of a ghost town sort of after the 3 days of partying, and there was a couple of days there where it was sort of you just see someone here, and then it was, you'd see no one. It was a bit of a ghost town. So I think there's a little bit of air of sadness, but satisfaction is probably the one thing. Okay. Yeah, this is the most satisfying premiership for me.
Yeah, good. What are your thoughts on the night grand final?
Dog shit.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm like, It was.
Can't get burnt at night, so Grimes would be an absolute.
I'm up for that. I'm up for that.
Actually, it depends what sort of bulbs they've got in the lights, but
So the only caveat I'd say on I'm for a grand final is that we could have 100,000 Richmond fans there at the G. That would be the only way to do it better.
Yeah.
It was pretty considering the circumstances. We had our 1 square metre of $100,000 MCG turf there, so that kind of added to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
That was worth the
waste that was.
Down on the bloody boundary line. Yeah. I know all of you Richmond fans, and I know people that are lovers of football would have loved nothing more, in hindsight, to see Richmond playing Geelong at the MCG. You would have broken every record that's ever been written for the amount of people that would have been there for that, and it would have
Fun
been nice.
fact: we didn't play with red footies this year. Sorry, there you go.
Yeah.
Yellow footies all year.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Throw that out there.
Yeah, but I just thought that would have
thought of it.
Would have been fascinating. Positives moving forward. Basher Hooley has re-signed for a further year. Congratulations to him.
Very good.
Sydney Stack and Callum Coleman Jones have been welcomed back into the fold and obviously back at training. Sydney's got to, get a little bit more physical from reports. I'm not saying any more than that. The club, even during these times, ended up with 100,196 members. That's phenomenal.
That's so good.
How good's that? On a personal note, Jack, Alana and Madeline Foundation raised an amazing $207,000. That was fabulous.
Very good.
Just go, yep, very good.
Very good.
The Richmond Football Club has now 2 flags to unfurl. Do you have any
3.
news? What would be 2017?
VFL, 2019 VFL flag. We haven't unfurled that yet. We've
Sorry,
got that to do too.
I stand corrected. Can you give us any insight into how that's going to happen?
Well, we missed 2017 because we were down the rooms when they unfurled it. So we might even have 4, really.
Wow.
Yeah. I think the way it works is the flag's rolled up and they roll it out.
Yeah.
I didn't have that written down here,
Unfurl.
but that makes sense. Yeah, good.
I don't know. I reckon get a few. They should have a ballot. Get the members to do it. Who cares about all the hobnobs? Get the members to do it. Especially pick, 30 of the members out of the 101,000 that put their dough in and didn't get to see one iota of footy this year. I would have thought.
Great.
Pick
Bloody
them.
awesome. I like it.
Or get the 20 that have been there the longest. Get them. Yeah, get them. That's what I'll be doing.
Okay, good idea. Not just another Rioli, but you've got Morris Jr. recruited. Not bad.
We do.
Yeah.
Little MJ.
Any insight?
No, he's the son of Morris.
Good, like it. Had that written down here, so that was good. Thank you for that. And one other one, Samson Ryan, pick 40, 206 centimetre ruck type, 19 years of age, and he's already 96 kilos. Any insight there?
Had to renovate all the door heights at the club.
Okay. Well, there's the answer I wasn't really looking for, but I got it anyway. That was great, ladies and gentlemen. I could talk to these guys all night, as you could see, and I'm sure you could as well. Thanks for the insight. Give them a round of applause. That was the year that was.
Another fun fact is Powderfinger, Vulture Street, right next to the Gabba. There you go.
That's
Got
good.
an album, yeah.
Excellent, fantastic. Thanks for doing that. back to the show. What I wanted
Got to come here and learn something. Not just hear us talk crap all night.
Well, we do like talking a bit of crap. But in saying all that, as I just alluded to, it's very easy to sit up here and just ask the boys questions because they're both, as you can see, very heartwarming and Jack loves to have a yarn and so does Dylan. So I have them running a little bit behind time because I'm enjoying the conversation. But I'm going to move into our next little segment. We'll do this nice and quick and we'll see how much you guys have been paying attention to each other, not just what these people out here think. Let's introduce it. It's called Knowing Me, Knowing You. All right, so I need I actually need two contestants.
Who sings this?
ABBA.
Hey, well
Good
done.
man. It doesn't matter. I want two contestants who want to come up here and hold the paddles to keep score. All right, so what I want to do here, I'm going to be asking these boys a series of questions about what we've just been through. Sienna, how are you? You good? You're good. You're going to keep score when Jack gets a right answer.
Get
Bella,
ready.
you'll do the same when Dylan gets a right answer.
Don't get ready.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'll ask Dylan first the particular questions. Jack, you've got to answer those questions and see whether they're right. That's how you're going to score. All right. So
Forgot to listen to the intro. Shit.
yeah. What drives him? What gets him up and about?
Money.
And obviously that's not right. Premierships. All right. So there's no score there.
Damn.
Move on to our next one. What is he passionate about?
His fam. Oh, he said his marriage.
Bum, bum.
Grapes.
Grapes. No good there either. What does
What
he
was
do?
it?
Coffee.
Oh, shit, I had the same answer.
These falls
Good
are
luck when
pretty
it's your
good,
turn.
aren't
Yeah. What does he deeply care about?
His marriage.
they? I can't remember.
I think that was the answer.
Do you want to go with marriage?
Yeah, I'll go.
Does everyone agree with marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, marriage it is. So 1 point, Sienna. Flip it on over. Sienna, flip it over.
one.
Turn it
Give me
over.
one.
1
Yeah,
point.
she's got one.
All right, she's
She's
got
got it.
one. See, she goes, just turn it around. Okay. What gets him excited?
Shit. Calvin and Hobbes cartoons.
Correct.
All right, there you go. Sienna, he's got another point. Pay it for him. What inspires him?
Dimmer.
Yeah.
I think that was
Beautiful.
the answer.
Excellent. Another point, Sienna. What makes him emotional?
Oh, gosh. Storytelling.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, storytelling. Beautiful. Another one, Sienna. If he could change anything about himself, what would that be?
His pasty white skin.
We have to pay that, unfortunately,
Yeah,
because
well,
it is right. What ticks him off?
Forwards that can't kick.
Would that be right? Yes, it would be.
right.
Correct, Sienna. What will he never take for granted again?
Manual labour on the farm.
Incorrect. Mine bed.
What was it?
Mine bed.
Mine bad. That's it. No points there, Sienna. What's the one thing that he learned about himself from 2020?
Gosh. Where do I start? No, I haven't got an answer for that one. Apologies, Dylan.
Dylan? What's the one thing
How
you
much do I
learned
need the group, I think?
about- Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. What's been his best career here highlight?
Oh, yeah.
Was it Newey's 250th or was that my answer?
That was yours.
That was yours.
Hey, I'll tell you what, he's a shit bloke if that isn't his highlight, to be honest.
It was Dustin shrugging danger.
Ah, yeah, that's it.
Or,
How good was that?
Kochi's celebration after the goal in 2019.
That's it. What's more important out of these? How did he put them? Money, family, friends.
Family, friends, money.
Yep, that was correct. Yep.
Good.
Yep.
All right. House, holiday, possessions.
House, holiday, possessions.
No. That was possessions holiday. Homebody.
Oh, yeah.
And it's COVID, so you can't holiday.
That's it.
You're so
Fame,
shallow.
fame, footy, fortune.
Footy, fortune, fame.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Okay. What's been his best experience ever?
Sampling the 2007 Riesling that he did at the Mount Macedon Winery.
It was the one that you said earlier, marriage.
Oh, marriage.
Getting
oh,
married.
If you just get
should have just
so
kept going with answer C.
What's his most treasured possession?
He pulled his medals out
Yeah.
arrogantly.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And it's all done. He got that right, Sienna. What did he finish up with a total score of?
Had a couple more on. 9.
9.
Pretty good.
All right. Well done.
Pretty good.
Good stuff. Bella, you're up now. This is where you get to
Get
turn
ready.
it over and get involved in the show. Same questions are going to be posed. You have to answer them about Jack. What gets him up and about?
Himself.
No, I said coffee, you idiot. We had the same answer. And someone down here said it. Here he is painted on.
What
I feel like I know you better than you know you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. All right, that's correct now.
What is he passionate about?
He's.
I reckon you could just answer himself to all these and I'd
Yeah,
agree.
I could answer himself.
Most of you get right.
Wife and 1.5 kids.
Yeah, that's cycling as
that'll
well.
do. We'll give it to him, Bella, even though he didn't say it. What gets him excited?
Premierships.
Correct.
All right. What makes him emotional?
People crying.
Yep.
Other people crying.
Other people crying. Well done. What inspires him?
Koch and Dustin.
Yep.
Well done.
Oh, Whose Phone? Great song. Great song.
If he could change anything about himself,
That's a
what would
$50
that be?
fine in our
Yeah.
team meeting, so you're going to have to wear that.
Up here, 50.
What was the question?
So if he could change anything about himself, what would that be?
I was still thinking about how good my joke was about the pasty white skin. Was that couldn't kick straight?
No.
No score, Bella. What ticks him off?
Poor. There's a lot.
The one that he said was something about on the roads.
Oh, yeah. Drivers in right-hand lanes.
That's it. Yes, all right. There's a point.
Don't go to speed limit.
What will he never take for granted again?
Oh, sorry.
I can't remember.
No, full MCG.
Oh,
MCG. Yes. What's the thing he learned about himself from 2020?
he's going bald.
Oh, give him a point for that. It's funny. Give him one for humour. Humour him.
That's not bad. I like it. What's been his career highlight?
It'd be something self-motivated, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's. Oh, was it? Yeah, Newey's 250th 9 games in a row in the wet. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, all right, well done.
You can have that answer, even if someone yelled it out.
What's more important out of money, family, friends? How did he put it?
Family, friends, money.
Correct.
All right. Holiday house possessions?
House, holiday, possessions.
Incorrect. House, possessions, holiday.
Yeah, because you can't go anywhere. Footy, fame, fortune?
Footy, fortune. No. Fame would have to be at least 1 or 2. And he loves a bit of this as well.
Go with it.
I actually don't know, but I'm going to say fortune, fame, footy.
Footy third? Oh. I think it was footy, fame, fortune.
Well, all right, we'll go with that then. Yeah, all right. What has been his best ever experience?
Oh, some shitty golf trip he did overseas. I tuned out after the first 30 seconds.
Better than going
most people
a
did.
day of picking grapes from the vines.
We're going to give him that, Bella. Yeah, that was true.
That was right.
What's the most memorable moment?
I can't remember whether it was the Marlin when Dustin kicked it to Marlin. Yeah.
Beautiful. And he's sitting on a score of what at the moment, Bella? 11. How's this? Already in front. And with his last one, what is his most treasured possession?
Probably something self-motivated again.
Yeah.
Coleman?
Nah.
Jack Dyer?
Nah. 3 premiership posters.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. 3 premiership posters.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. It is Bella. It is Dylan Grimes.
Well done, Bella.
Congratulations to both of you. Sienna and Bella, you've been wonderful contestants. You came up here and you haven't stopped talking and smiling the whole time, which has been wonderful. We really appreciate it. There's a footy for you. Okay? Hey. It's a little mini one that you can kick around the house just to annoy Mum and Dad. Sienna, you don't go away empty-handed, but you can if you want if you don't come back. That's yours as well. Yeah. Congratulations, my dear. Thank you, guys. Thanks for participating. All right. Thanks, Sam. What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're now going to get you all up here. We're going to do some photos with the boys. All right? I just wanted to say off the top, it's been wonderful having everybody available to come and be part of this show tonight. Just as important, though, it's equally that you guys made yourselves available to come out here and share the post-grand final love and talk about the season you've had, really, being in hub life and just everything that you've been through. Thanks for being so candid. Thanks for being so honest. And thanks for being so open with everyone here tonight. It was bloody wonderful for you.
Is there any golfers in the room? Is there any Richmond golfers? You bid on everything. Can you come up here, please?
You're going to love this.
You can have my prize. Oh. Yeah, you can have my prize.
It was actually a Christmas present that he's giving away, so he's re-gifting, if you are familiar with the term.
There you go, mate. No drama, good stuff.
Well done, Jack. That's beautiful.
Grimesy?
Yeah, I feel like I can't
take it. Oh, my gosh.
You take yours home. I want to see them hit.
I was really happy with my gift.
Yeah.
Any other golfers?
Don't do it.
No, it's all right.
Any other wankers that hit a little ball into a little hole in the room?
Nicely taught, I like it.
Lammy.
All right, no, well done. The only place you'll find out who, what, where and when is the That's Good for Footy page and the That's Good for Footy website. If you enjoyed tonight's show, and we hope you did, become someone that comes along to them all the time. There's a lot of people that have been coming along to these shows for the last, 5, 6, 7 years. And I love it. You support us in many numerous ways. It's great that you are here again for us tonight. Get along and register on the That's Good for Footy Facebook page. Tickets are only available, and this only came to my attention today. People were trying to on-sell tickets for particular shows. Today freaked me out. 10 people come on trying to sell tickets. They didn't even buy tickets in the first place. So please never trust anybody that's selling tickets unless they're through the That's Good for Footy website. I tell you that for your own safety, because we don't like seeing people get ripped off. That's just not on. But to attend any show, simply log onto the website, www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au/events. Click on the links, go to the post on the That's Good for Footy page. This will take you through to the ticketing platform. We're back on March the 18th, which is obviously going to be the Thursday night before, the Wednesday night before the Thursday night, which is when Richmond play Carlton at the MCG. Who's looking forward to that? Yeah. That's where you're supposed to say, we are. Yeah. All right. These shows are recorded front and...
Take me there right now. They don't have to do pre-season.
Mate, the way you're going, you'll be lucky to get picked.
Single-handedly won us the game in the second half.
You're not going to let that one go. These shows are recorded in front of a live audience from different venues all across Melbourne. When we do the shows, when we're back next year, which we hope that everything is good and we don't get a third wave of COVID. I couldn't handle that. As I said, get on and book your tickets if you'd like to follow us. Get onto Facebook, get onto Instagram, get onto the website. Everything that you need is there. Can I now please ask you to put your hands together for Sandy, who did the door tonight?
All right, Sandy.
Sam, great to have you back. Sam's our sound guy and PA, sound engineer. Brilliant, mate.
Sammy.
So wonderful to see you again. It's great to be back out, isn't it? God, yeah. Now, whilst you're all clapping and you keep that momentum going, could you please thank our two fabulous stars from the Richmond Football Club, Jack Rewalt, Dylan Grimes. I can't thank you boys enough. I hope you've had a good time tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out. We bloody missed you this year.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. And don't forget, Grimesy owns a winery. Mount Macedon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go up to the cellar door, help him out. Needs to make some money back.
We'll do that. We'll do exactly that. So thanks to both the boys for being here tonight. But more importantly, or I shouldn't say more importantly, I just mean as equally important, all of you guys. You came along, you supported, you wanted to see what the boys had to say. You wanted to celebrate in the 2020 Premiership. You've done that tonight. I hope you've all had a good time. Can't thank you enough for being here. I just wanted to say my name's Damien. Thank you all for attending. This has been That's Good for Footy. We'll see you next year. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great Christmas. Cheers.
Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it all for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. And this is what you pray for every night.